Hi, so this video is titled What Do I Do If I Don't Know What to Do With My Life? So as a disclaimer, I actually don't know what I want to do with my life either, and you're not gonna know what you want to do with your life either by the end of this video. So if you're hoping to find out what exactly you want to do with your life, then this video is probably not for you. But this video will tell you how to navigate with the uncertainties of not knowing exactly what your future will be. Because from what I think, and also because it's just my personal opinion, I don't think that there's no way of really knowing what you want for your future, because everything changes. You know, change is the only constant, and you change as well. You never stay the same. So how will you at this moment know what you're going to do for the rest of your life, right? So it's not a very good expectation. So a lot of times we feel the pressure to plan out exactly how our life should be. Like, for example, like me, if I choose a degree in medicine, then what should I do with my life? How do I make sure this degree is worth it? Will I have a hard time adjusting to the job? Is this job really what I want for myself? How about the salary? How about my work-life balance? How about my life in the future? What about my family? Yeah, so just saying, so many things to think about in any degree. It's not just medicine. If you do biomedicine, if you do engineering, if you do statistics, whatever, as long as we are human, there will be concerns. We will have concerns because of uncertainty. And because we try to escape this uncertainty, we'll have a lot of anxiety over trying to grasp the ends of what we think will happen. And because it's what we think will happen, you usually try to visualize all sorts of worst case scenarios so that you can prepare yourself for it. I think that is general human instinct, and this is why I think we tend to catastrophize over things that have yet to happen. So maybe you're now in step 2, aka like step 2, but you start thinking about what happens if step 10 occurs, you know, but you never even know if step 10 will occur. If it makes sense. So I think because we're recording this in a forest, maybe I can try to make sense of this using this environment. Maybe the forest, everything here is part of nature, right? We don't know why it exists. Of course, if you have a religion, you will think that like, oh, God created it. Yeah, depends on which religion you are. I'm not gonna talk about religion though. However, all this is a mystery, right? We don't exactly know how it happened or why it happened. So I think existence is like that. Like, all these trees, they are merely existing, and we as well, we are merely existing. So perhaps existence by itself is great already, and because existence itself is so unknown, so don't try to make too much sense of what you are doing right now as well. Like, sure, be practical about it. Of course, think about the pros and cons of each decision. We should take our decisions seriously, but don't try to take life too seriously, as in thinking that I have to do this by the time I'm 30, I have to do this by the time I'm 25. If my degree doesn't pay off and I don't end up in the same job, then I am a failure and blah 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 blah. Doesn't work that way. I learned that we can only make decisions on behalf of who we are right now and not who we are in the future. Like, this same decision is not going to 100% match the person that you are going to become 10 years later, but it will help in creating the version of you 10 years later. You will not know the impacts of your decision, but you should have confidence that you are going to live with this decision, as in, not saying that you are going to suffer for the rest of your life if this decision was not right for you, if the degree you chose was not suitable for you or anything. I believe that all mistakes are never mistakes. They are just learning opportunities for you to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So uncertainty itself can only lead you to more clarity. So give yourself the chance to try out something that you always wanted to try. It actually doesn't matter that much, you know. There's always time, there's always ways to get out of a certain situation. There's always ways that you can achieve the life that you want, and that actually starts by knowing what you don't want. Of course, we don't expect you to know what you want when you are like what, actually at any age of your life, because people change, right? So you can only know what you want by experiencing it and knowing what you don't want. So that's why trying is valuable, and while you're trying something, there's bound to be uncertainty, and that's why uncertainty is also valuable in itself. Yeah, that's what I think. And so I guess summary, if you don't know what to do with your life, walk through it just like hiking. Of course I know the way that I'm going because like there's like signs, right? But sometimes when you're hiking, you're not sure when you're going to reach, or you're actually not even sure where you're going to reach. But the process itself is beautiful, and once you reach the destination that you want, you only think about how, oh, when you're hiking it always seems so long and tedious, but then when you reach the destination, everything makes sense. I'm not saying that we should all be consequentialists and only think about the destination, but just saying when you reach the next point of your life, this process that you're going through right now is going to make sense. Yeah, things that you're going through right now is going to make sense. So keep going, stranger, and let's all be happy about our own existence and cherish it and make the most out of our existence.